Good evening, welcome to the 5th meeting of the year. Today is March 10th, 2025. Melissa, can you please read the publication?
In compliance with Chapter 231 of Public Law of 1975, notice of this meeting to be held at the Criminal Justice Building, 61 Main Street, South River, has been published in the Home News Tribune on January 5th, 2025, posted on the Municipal Building Bulletin Board, the Borough website, in the front door of the Criminal Justice Building at 61 Main Street, South River.
Roll call.
Mayor Gindi,
Here.
Councilwoman Ballas,
Here.
Councilman DeSantis,
Here.
Councilman DeZemian,
Here.
Councilman Giannakopoulos,
Here.
Councilman Gertenski,
Here.
Council President Seula.
Here.
Stand for the salute to flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a moment of silence for ex-councilman Sean Hauserman and police officer of Newark Police, Joseph Azona. You may be seated. All right. Before we begin tonight's meeting, I'd like to take a moment to honor the memory of Sean Hauserman, a former councilman, a dedicated community volunteer. He was a committed public servant who worked to improve our community and was always there to lend a helping hand. His passion for making our borough a better place will be remembered by all who knew him. Our thoughts are with his family and loved ones during this difficult time. Please remember Sean Hauserman. There are no proclamations. We're going to go into agenda session. I believe there's only one for second and one for first. I guess Joe, you want to take the first one?
Sure. This is the second reading of a water rate ordinance. Discussions with the budget committee is necessary to balance the 2025 budget.
And then the second one, Andrea?
Thank you, Mayor. It's ordinance 2025-9. It amends your zoning code. It actually removes a provision that we have in the code that was put in place quite some time ago. It violates the municipal land use law because it permitted the reconstruction of non-conforming structures. So it just seeks to remove that provision to be in compliance with the law.
Thank you. Melissa, can you please read 2025-8?
Ordinance 2025-8, an ordinance to amend the code of the Borough of South River, Chapter 155 entitled Fees by amending Section 155-30, Chapter 30 Water.
Make a motion, waive the full reading. Second.
Motion by Council President Seola, second by Councilman DeZemian.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to open it up to the public, 10 minutes. State your name, address, first call, second call.
Make a motion to close public.
Motion by Council President Seola, second by Councilwoman Ballas.
All in favor?
Aye.
Melissa, first reading, 2025-9. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry.
Motion.
Do I have a motion on first reading? Motion. Motion by Councilman Krasinski,
Second.
second by Councilman DeZemian.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Giannakopoulos? Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Seula.
Yes.
Alyssa, first reading, 2025-9.
Ordinance 2025-9, an ordinance of the Borough of South River, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 350 of the Borough Code of the Borough of South River entitled Zoning.
Mayor, I move that the council pass ordinance 2025-9 on its first reading by title only, and the clerk be authorized to publish the same as required by law. The second reading and public hearing to be held at 7 p.m. on April the 7th, 2025 by video conference via Zoom or in the council chambers of the Criminal Justice Building, 61 Main Street, South River, New Jersey.
Motion by Council President Seola, second by Councilwoman Ballas.
Councilwoman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Giannakopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Seula.
Yes.
We're going to move on to reports. Bruce?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. For the 2023 and 2024 project at Jazz Construction House, they've come back out. They're doing sanitary sewer repairs. They're also working on topsoil and seeding. Then they'll be finishing the concrete work. We'll check all the handicap ramps to make sure they're all okay after the winter, if not, fix them. And then they'll begin the milling and resurfacing. The 2023 Local Transportation Projects Grant. We're working on that design. I pretty much have it done. Just want to go out and walk it. The weather hasn't been good for that with the snow on the ground and such, but now that it's gone, it's a little warmer out, I could do that, and then we can proof it, get it down to the DOT for review. The 2025 local aid projects, we submitted a proposal for that. Substation, I'm just waiting for the reports to know everything's done, and once we get that, I guess it's really time to go back and, start the work over again, because it's generally an annual thing. So I will put a proposal together. I'll give a call to Sean, not Sean, but from Chuck, and see where they are with that, and then we'll do that. And the stormwater assistance grant, there is no change in that.
All right, thank you. Council, you have anything for Bruce?
Thank you.
Joe?
Two items. Number one, the annual financial statement was filed with the state of New Jersey, and it's going to be on the website tomorrow. And the other one, we have a resolution approving inclusive playground equipment at Bukowski Park. If you remember, this was funded by the DEP Green Acres grant we received last year for $554,000. So this is the first part of it.
Okay. Council, you have anything for Joe? Joe, the question I have for you, I know we had this at the beginning of the year sometime. I know there's an impact with the health insurance in the state of New Jersey. Where are we right now?
Okay, we're about a 20% increase right now in South River, which is very, very, very significant in the budget, but you'll see that on the introduction of the budget.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Paige?
We're out there filling potholes using the coal patch. The asphalt plant doesn't open till April 1st. Once they open up, we'll be getting the hot asphalt, filling up the potholes.
Council, you have anything for Paige? Chief?
Mayor, the only thing I have for the agenda is resolution number 113 and 114, appointing Paul Mazinski to acting sergeant. He will be taking over for Sergeant Flores, who is retiring on August 31st, but will be taking his benefit time. His last day here, Sergeant Flores, is actually this Friday. The other one is Kenneth Nail. He is being appointed to the acting sergeant position. He's taken over for acting Lieutenant John Kenny, who is working in the capacity of lieutenant because of the retirement of Lieutenant McCluskey. So these two officers are on the list for our recent promotional exam for sergeant. So we're just going down the list, and these two officers should be promoted or will be promoted at the end of August and also at the end of July.
We have quite a few men down, so we.
Yes.
Council, you have anything for Chief? No. Fire Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. Currently, all units are in service. You'll notice we have resolution 108 for tonight, which will authorize LoSAP, which is the length of stay program, which will authorize payment for 2024. There are currently 35 firefighters that qualify for this program. Thank you.
Anything for Fire Chief? Andrea?
I have nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. Alyssa?
Nothing tonight.
Art?
Yeah, just a couple things. We are making some progress on the people who haven't gotten their meters changed out yet. And just an update on the battery storage project. We are on schedule to be on for this spring.
Council, anything for Art? All right, we're gonna go start out with Councilman Gina Coppers.
Yes, Mayor. So I had a couple of meetings. I had a meeting with the electric utility, and I don't know if everyone knows, but New Jersey, all the electric utilities are getting their customers ready for a 20% increase. In South River, we're not doing any increases, and as a matter of fact, also we're not doing any increases, and during that, we're also improving our power grid. They've gone ahead and replaced most of the secondary power lines with new cables at a larger gauge that can handle more amperage, more power going through them. So in the summertime, we'll have less issues with all the heavy usage that comes in the summertime, and also with the homes that are going to be getting electric car chargers and all that, should be able to handle that. And the new power lines are gonna be coated and protected with a shield, so branches and things that fall on them or causing shorts, like the old power lines, when it was really windy out, they would get shorts and power outages just from things dropping on them. That shouldn't be a problem anymore with these new cables. That's the one thing. Also, I guess everyone knows that the town went through a project where they changed all the LED lighting with the street lights. Well, that project is done, so there's no more sodium bulbs. So our town is using less power as a whole. That's all done. The water utility. We are aware that there's 5 hydrants that are out. These hydrants, they need special parts to put them back together again. Those parts could take up to 3 months because they're custom order parts for each hydrant. They're on order. 3 of them are due to come in soon. As soon as they come in, those parts will be changed. Those hydrants will be back online, and we're also working on replacing the other 2. And also as far as the sewer utilities, they asked us to pass a message along. Flushable wipes, regardless of what they say, are not flushable. Whether it's a diaper wipe, adult wipe, cleaning wipe, none of those are flushable. And it creates a problem because it will clog your sewers, you will end up having some kind of backup. And the town has to spend money to go out there and clean these backups in the sewer lines. So just as a reminder, some people don't know, but flushable wipes are not flushable. It's a problem all over the state, not just Southbridge. And that's all I have tonight.
Councilman DeSantis.
Thank you, Mayor. For the Board of Education, their next public meeting is Monday, March 17th at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. For Recreation Advisory Board, registration for some spring sports are still open. T-ball, which is a fundamental instructional program, mixed for boys and girls ages 4 through 6. They will start in mid-April. We're also looking for baseball for boys ages 5 through 7 for the instructional as well, but they're still short on players, so please, if you're interested, get on the website and register. Flag football for boys and girls ages 5 through 18. The age groups will be determined once enrollment is finalized, and they're also having a co-ed division and a girls-only flag. So girls flag football has taken off statewide to the point that high schools now have a team. It's in the spring season, so it doesn't conflict with soccer, which is big for girl athletes, as well as regular football for the field. So we're trying to start our own girls flag division where girls will play against each other. And again, high school teams, NJ.com had a player of the year last year for high school girls flag, so that's taking off really nationwide, but in New Jersey it's going to be big, and probably in the next few years you'll see a lot of local high schools having those programs, so the earlier they start, the better. We also have an adult volleyball league, which is open for registration, anyone 18 or older. I think we should put a council team up there, and maybe we get up there and.
You're here.
No interest? Art, you want to play too?
No.
So they are gonna be playing in the middle school gym, Thursday nights from 7:30 to 8:45, and they plan to start on March 27th, so registration is also open there. To register for any of those, go to www.southrivernj.org, click departments, then Parks and Recreation, and you'll see a link to enroll. And if you have any issues online, you could always call the office at 732-254-4412. And the next Parks and Recreation Advisory Board meeting is Tuesday, April 8th at 7 p.m. and they meet at 55 Reed Street. Residents are welcome and encouraged to attend. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman DeSantis.
Thank you, Mayor. The Neighborhood Watch meeting was held a few weeks ago. Thank you to the police department for doing a wonderful job organizing this event. It was very successful, and these are open to South River residents. Encourage down the road, we do it every 3 months, and encourage other residents to get involved. It started last year. It's a good program to find out a lot, for you to ask questions to the police and learn a lot more about the safety within the neighborhood. The police depend on all of us, and it's a great program. It'll be again in a few months, and we'll have a date set for that down the road. That's it, man.
Councilwoman Ballas.
All right, from the Board of Health, the free rabies clinic is gonna be held Saturday, March 29th at the DPW facility at 9 Ivan Way. 12 PM to 2 PM is for dogs, 2 PM to 3 PM is for cats. They're also gonna be selling licenses to South River residents only for your dog or your cat. If you're registering for the first time, you must bring a spay or neuter certificate. If there's any questions, you can call 732-257-1999, extension 517. And again, continue to check out the South River Public Library website. They're having a cooking class for kids on St. Patrick's Day to teach them to make some Irish snacks. They bring them to me. They're also doing a thing, if you have a pet that is either with you now or not, they're going to be doing a thing, if you bring your picture there, they're gonna do etchings. So if anybody wants to check that out, but again, check on the website, they have so many things going on this month. And that's all I have.
Councilman Krasinski.
Thank you, Mayor. The Office on Aging, please check your email and the Borough website to sign up for any programs that you want to sign up for during the month. Generally, it's beginning the first week to sign up for different programs. There may be room yet, I'm not sure. It's RSVP for a decluttering workshop seminar. That's at 11 o'clock on March 27th. Some of the other events are fulfilled already. And the Office on Aging is also having a thing on the New Jersey property tax relief. And someone from the Division of Taxation will be Thursday on May 8th at 11 PM. Whether there's room or not, I'm not sure. You probably would have to call the Office on Aging to find out a little bit more if there is availability. This will encompass any questions that you have on the senior freeze and the anchor homeowners and any other of the programs that the state is offering rebates for. With that, that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Council President. Sarah?
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have is the EDC is gonna be having a meeting this Wednesday. They're really starting to move forward on different projects that they wanna do in town. So, I'll be reporting as we get more and more closer to the actual times. So, that's all I have.
Thank you. I will hold my comments. I am opening it up to the public. 5 minutes. State your name and your address.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Joe Donato from 30 Daly Street here in South River. Just two quick things. Number one is parking. I don't know how many people noticed, I spoke with Councilman Krzyzewski just before the meeting, but people seem to be parking any place they can park. If it's not clearly signed one way or the other, regardless of how wide the street is, they're parking, and they don't necessarily park against the curb. They have their butts sticking out into the intersection, and this has been going on for quite some time. I know some areas should have been painted and marked off. Some of them are so worn, it isn't, you can hardly see it. But I suggest that, if at all possible, to alleviate those problems, that the town take a look at it, whatever they have to paint, put signs up, whatever the case may be. I'm sure you got a list of where people are allowed to park and not allowed to park. Please do so, because there's gonna be traffic accidents, or some kid is gonna run out in between cars, and we don't want that to happen. Second item, I know you, the council is very proud of the battery project, and rightly so. I've been trying to get some information about it, and I've gotten some information, but I do have a few concerns. I'm not gonna bring them up now because I've asked for some more information, hopefully that'll resolve my concerns. But anything that I come up with, I am going to, because it's only 5 minutes and I have a tendency to keep on talking. I will send an email to each one of you, hopefully I've got everybody's email address, including the clerk, which I do have your address. And I'll express what my concerns are and my questions, so when I come to a meeting, and I'll let you know which meeting that I plan on being. We can maybe address those fairly quick. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Edwin Paredes, 64 Whitehead Avenue.
I had a couple of questions, I I hope all of you are doing well tonight. Just wanted to bring to your attention that the Borough of South River began accepting cannabis license suitability applications for Class 5 retail as of today. This raised some concerns for me because as of our last meeting of February 24th at the council meeting, at that time, the borough representatives explained to me that this required a 20-day estoppel period before applications would be received. With this in mind, I would appreciate some clarification from the town council on the following points. So I have 4 points. And I know I sent you the email, you're gonna address it.
Yes, and I did not to cut you off because this is your time, but you did send that email, I did get it late this afternoon. I do absolutely intend to respond to you fully. One point that just, I don't believe council actually has been updated on this, but one point is that resolutions of local support are not tailored to one license. So any operation that comes in and has an acceptable application with an acceptable location will, in fact, depending on council's will, get a resolution of local support. It's not only tailored to one applicant. So while I understand your concern, just please bear in mind that fact.
Completely understand, but that's still different because if there was a 20-day estoppel period, then they wouldn't accept my Class 5, so that was still different. Completely understand if you could accept the Class 1 through 4, but specifically, I'm just talking about Class 5.
Did you put your Class 5 in today, correct?
Correct.
Correct, okay. So what I was trying to advise you is that you put that in today, that it's not a first come, first serve, so you're not at any disadvantage from you still put it in, whether you put it in today or if you put it in day 20, resolutions of local support only, your suitability application goes directly to your resolution of local support. Your resolution of local support only tells the state that you have complied with our requirements and that you have an appropriate location. So we're not limited to one, so whether you put it in today or you put it in 30 days from now, you're on the same plane.
Oh, great, so just to put that in other words, basically the town is offering multiple letters of support.
Resolutions of support, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and then it's up to.
And then the application for the license is first come, first serve.
Right.
But the resolution of local support only says you have an appropriate entity, this is what you're intending to do, and this is the location that you're intending to do it. You have proof that that's the location you're intending to do it, and that's a location that has been pre-approved by the council. And then that goes to the state, and then you do what you need to do at the state, and then you have to come back and apply for the license.
Okay, great.
So the time period, while I understand there was a little confusion there, it's not going to disadvantage your application or anybody else's application that puts it in.
Well, that's great to hear, so thank you so much for
You're welcome.
clarifying that. And I did have a question about the review process, just, this is a very intensive, there's consultants involved, right? I got security companies waiting, because I have to also submit to the state, so just kind of curious, what is the timeline for review? I know it doesn't have to, this isn't written in stone, but just to kind of build out my timeline and other timelines that go with that, just kind of curious, like, what's the review process on your side? What is your estimate?
So and Mayor, if we could have maybe another minute, just because I've been taking up this time answering these questions. Just so you are aware, at least for the initial applications, we have to do the resolution of local support at a borough council meeting. So depending on how complicated they are, we would, in theory, and please don't hold me to this, but in theory, the resolutions can be on at the next meeting.
Okay.
So there is potential that resolutions of local support would be on at the next meeting. I think that would give us all sufficient time, depending on, and again, please, I haven't fully reviewed all of the applications, they just came in today. It would depend on how much in depth that is, but most likely resolutions of local support can start being put on the agenda as of next meeting.
Okay.
That's the April meeting, I'm not sure the exact, April 7th.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And that's just helpful for my planning because I also have to go back to the NJCRC and their timelines and stuff like that, but they typically understand it. you know, it's helping to make it.
Yes.
So thank you so much, appreciate it. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Jim Hutchison, 38 Virginia Street. Just a real quick question on some of the storm sewer work that's going on in town. I saw today, I live there on Daly Street. I also see some markouts on Darrow Street right in front of my driveway. Are we gonna be dropping notifications off? Like, is the contractor gonna be dropping notifications off when they're doing the work? I'll be able to get access before they start setting up.
There are some work that is tied into the road program. There is also some other work that is tied into our ARPA federal account, which we have some manhole covers that need to be rebuilt.
Okay, because this one just says, yeah, I can see it says storm sewer repair. It's like right in front of my driveway.
And that's what we're doing with local contractor. And in the past, B&W has notified everybody.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, thank you. Second off, I think the entire borough is in shock of the passing of a former council president, councilman, and I believe he was acting mayor, Sean Hauserman. I found out last night, and as someone who served with Mr. Hauserman, just shocking news. I think Sean's was a year older than me. Again, we served together on council. I was council president. And no matter what, Sean and I disagreed a lot of times on political stances. But we shared that common information. And even though maybe we had a different thought process, a different opinion, it was always respectful in our discussions. We were both very passionate about the way we felt. And again, no matter what your feelings were as far as either supporting the positions of him or going against his position, as the mayor so appropriately stated, he served the town. He was a servant to the town. It's not easy to do what all these folks up here do. It's not easy. You're giving yourself tremendous exposure to the public. You're ridiculed, sometimes you're praised, but for every good thing you do, there's like 36 things that go wrong. So, Mr. Hauserman took a lot of heat, as do we all who serve up here, but he served. He served. And I'll miss him. I'll miss him tremendously. I had some great conversations with Sean, and I'm still in shock of what took place. And I just want to say to his family, we're all shocked. We offer incredible condolences, and we thank Sean for what he provided to the borough. He's going to be sorely missed. Rest in peace, Sean. Thank you.
Anybody else in the public? First call. Second call.
Motion to close public?
Motion by Council President Seola.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Ballas.
All in favor?
Aye. There's no more appointments, consent resolutions. Alyssa?
Whereas Resolution 2025-01 authorizes the Borough Council to utilize the consent agenda to adopt various resolutions of a routine and non-controversial nature at one time. Now therefore be it is hereby resolved that the below listed resolutions are hereby adopted by the Borough Council in whole, as if the same were individually acted upon. Consent resolutions 2025-108 to 2025-122. 108, approve 2024 LoSAP list and contributions. 109, appointing secretaries to the Board of Health. 110, permit a voluntary canning fundraiser to support the South River High School Booster Club. 111, authorizing the purchase and installation of various improvements at Krakowski Park. 112, authorizing the police department to enter into a contract with Elite Emergency Lights LLC. 113, authorizing the appointment of Paul Musinski as acting sergeant. 114, authorizing the appointment of Kenneth Nail as acting sergeant. 115, authorizing certain utility refunds. 116, authorizing submission of the Middlesex County Recycling Enhancement Grant application. 117, authorizing an amendment to the Borough of South River Cash Management Plan. 118, authorizing a shared service agreement with Middlesex County Improvement Authority for recycling collection and marketing services. 119, accept February 24th, 2025 regular session minutes. 120, authorize the bills and claims list. 121, approving property tax refund. And 122, approving property tax refund.
Move the resolutions.
Motion by Councilwoman Ballas, seconded by Council President Seola.
Councilman Ballas?
Yes.
Councilman DeSantis?
Yes.
Councilman DeZemian?
Yes.
Councilman Janikopoulos?
Yes.
Councilman Gertenski?
Yes.
Council President Seula?
Yes, with the abstention from 108, and on 120, 25-00517.
All right, we are going to governing comments, starting with Councilman Krasinski.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I'd like to thank our police, fire, and Robert Wood Johnson for all they do to serve our public and everything. It's getting warmer, we're in daylight savings. Kids are out there, watch yourself, please. They're all over the playgrounds and everywhere else. Also, I'd like to give my congratulations and have a happy retirement to Sergeant Flores and Lieutenant McCluskey. Welcome our new fellows on, well, not new fellows, but their appointments as acting sergeant and acting lieutenant. With that, that's all I really have right now. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilwoman Ballas.
Okay, as you noted, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Hutchison, I also served with Sean. At one time, there were 4 of us from our graduating class of 1976, which was amazing that we were all there at the same time. And again, we didn't always agree, but out of those meetings, he was always respectful and willing to listen. So to his family, I say my deepest condolences. Other than that, happy St. Patrick's Day and happy spring, because it's coming. And I can't wait, and again, like Mr. Kuczynski said, be careful of the kids. They're all out on their scooters tonight, enjoying this lovely weather, and the sun doesn't set till almost 7. I love it. So, enjoy.
Councilman DeZemian.
The next free concert at the Imperial Music Center, it's a little ways off, we don't have a meeting between them. It's on the first Sunday of every month, so it's April 6th at 2 o'clock. Again, that's at the Imperial Music Center. It's open to the public, it's a lot of fun, free music. You might know some of the people that play there. They're some of them are former South River band members from years ago. It's a great time. And I also like to extend my condolences to the family of Sean Houseman. A little bit older than me, but I remember him from high school. He would be one of the ones that was a senior when I was a freshman. I knew him since then, and I also remember him delivering newspapers, and when I'd be out there running, sometimes I remember stopping and just talking to him. And again, echoing what everybody else said, he did a lot for the town. He was out there, and like what Jim said, he put himself out there to come up and do what he can, try hard for the town that he loved, and he's gonna be missed. And that's all I have.
Councilman Ennis.
I just want to also offer my condolences for the passing of Sean Hauserman. He's discussed sometimes in some of our things that we go through, and the one thing that always sticks out is people talk about that he was very brilliant, intelligent, very smart. Anybody that wants to put themselves out there, like we said, and to have a mind like that, regardless of size, it's just it's a shame, and I just want to wish him rest in peace.
Councilman Janikopoulos.
I'd like to reiterate that my condolences to Sean Houserman's family, close friends. I was also friends with Sean, although we didn't, always agree on our political views. He was a good man, and he will be missed. That's all I have, Mayor.
Council President.
Yes, just to reiterate condolences to the Houserman family. Again, kids are outside riding their bicycles, and please be very careful, watch your speed, and keep an eye out for the kids just jumping out in front of everybody. And just wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you.
As you heard earlier, Paige mentioned that they are filling potholes. If you have one next to your house, it's all over, please call, let him know, he'll put it on a list, he'll come out and actually take care of the pothole. Parking, Mr. Donato, I totally agree with you. And this is my biggest advice to you, and for that matter, everybody else, and I do it almost every other day, and I know the police hates when I call. Call the police department, let them know where there's illegal parking. And it's a town of 2.7 mile radius, we only have 3 or 4 squad cars at one time driving around, just call them. They'll come out, they'll move them, they'll ticket it, do whatever they have to do to, clear the road. Sean, I know I had a few words getting this meeting. I also had the opportunity to serve with him on both sides. He is a brilliant person. He is going to surely be missed. He served with us for 10 solid years as a council member. He has done a lot for this town. I know, looking at the corner, usually you see him back there with a computer. He is going to be surely missed. And happy St. Patrick's Day. Do I have an adjournment?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Ballas, second by Council President Seola.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hazel,